Hi everyone, Mr. Martin here, and today I'm going to talk to you about choosing a database for your research project. As you can see here, I've already made a landing page that has links to the most commonly used Gale databases for these projects. Now that doesn't mean that you have to stick to Gale, unless your teacher says so. The district also provides other databases and resources for you to do research with. If you'd like to explore these resources, you can pause this video and either type in the URL directly or go to the district website and follow this path to get there. I recommend using Gale because it makes it easy to organize and keep track of what you've researched, as you can see in other videos in this module. So, without further ado, let's get started exploring these different Gale databases. The reason you have to choose the correct database is because they're all focused on different things. Your general database is going to be this Gale Middle School. It's going to have a wide variety of articles, and if you don't know a lot about your topic going into it, it can be a great place to start. Gale Science is going to focus on scientific topics. So if your topic, say it's climate change, let's say it has to do with something in healthcare, science can be a great place to start. Environmental studies is going to be focused specifically on the environment, pollution, climate change, things of that nature. Biography is going to be focused on famous people. Whereas opposing viewpoints is a little different in that it has a wide variety of opinions on a bunch of different issues. This will take you to all of the Gale resources. I included this in here, but I think you'll find if you follow it, you're going to find that what I left out were things like Gale Elementary, Miss Humblebee's Academy. These aren't going to necessarily be relevant to your research project, but I did leave it in there just in case. Now, when you have a research question, you have to keep in mind a few things when you're choosing your database. First, what is the topic of your research question, right? We've already kind of talked about this. If you're studying climate change, environmental studies is probably going to be a great place to start. If you're studying the life of George Washington, you're going to want to do biography. Another thing to keep in mind is the nature of your project. If you're doing a project and your teacher just wants the facts, the story of something or what is happening around it, no opinion, you're going to want to stick to one of these 4 databases. But if your task is to analyze the arguments and maybe come down on one side or another in a big debate, you're really going to want to stick mostly to this opposing viewpoints. Now, just because you start at one database does not mean that you have to stay there in the course of your research. Think about this example. Maybe you're researching school lunches, and you find in your research that there is a particular person who has influenced the way we talk about and think about school lunches, right? You might want to check out biography and get some more information about that person for your project. Okay? So, remember, think about the topic of your research, think about the nature of your project, and don't be afraid to branch out after you've done plenty of research. All right, guys, thanks, and I hope you have a great day.